Hey everybody, welcome back to Scraplift Crafternoon. Today we're doing Melissa Minor. Her layout is here. It is a really fun layout with a bunch of pieces of pattern paper on a white background, with minimal embellishments, but really cool three photos in the middle. So I don't have square photos, but I do have three by four photos. So I'm going to be doing a wine class that we went to. That was a wine class about Gothic literature, a wine pairing. So I have two photos, one of Frankenstein, one of picture of Dorian Gray, and one of John and I. We'll be doing those three. This photo I will be doing later. This is a picture of three of the design team members at my little scrapbook store with our Scrappy llama. But those three photos. And then I am going to be using a collection of 49 and Market. Let's look at it. Crafty Garden and uh, Cottage Core and Okra. Just a bunch of different papers that I had in my collection that had already kind of been torn up. Instead of doing a white background, I'm going to be going with this brick kind of background and kind of more muted colors. But I think you're going to like it. And she has two circles on her page, one above the photos and one at the bottom. I'm going to be using these Tim Holtz ideology frames as those to kind of put on the bottom of my page. I think that will be a little bit fun to use. And I've been storing these frames with this collection because I thought that would be a good kind of combo. So thanks for hanging with me, and I will put you on fast forward and we'll see how it comes together. It's really exciting to be here again for another scrap lift. I have realized that my audio for my voiceovers is not coming through as loudly as my other audio, so I am trying to figure out how to fix that. It is a little annoying, I will be honest, but hopefully I can get it loud enough so where you can hear me. I really liked making this layout. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the whole aspect of the fact that it was like blocks of paper. Those are the sketches that I am most drawn to. So that was really a lot of fun for me. I'm hoping that this kind of a layout is fun for you too. So I did just cut out the papers from some scraps I had, and I used kind of my eye to figure out what I wanted. And I know that for some people they like to have exact measurements. So I think that it was a 7 by 7 square, a 10 and a half or 11, a 10 inch by 1.5 inch rectangle there underneath. Then I think I had a 5 by 6, and then I had 5 inch little pieces of paper for that last one that I made look like the long piece. So I think that's what it was. So hopefully that helps. I know that this is not the best explanation, but anyway, I'm trying. So these are all different 49 Market collections. I have started to store when I get down to the end of my collections together. And this is one of those ways that I am doing that. You know what I think it is? I think that it's pulling from the wrong microphone. Now that I think about it, I wonder if that's it. So I'm going to pause this recording and then I'm going to see if I can pick it up with a different microphone. And one, two, three, four, I think I solved it. I think it was the wrong microphone input for my video software, so I apologize for that. Anyway, I'm inking the edges with my favorite Scorched Timber, and we are just laying out all of these pieces onto the paper. Now, this is one of those things where if you are really, really particular about your layout, you might want to lay everything down, take a picture of it, and then glue it down while referencing that picture. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and making sure it all works. You can, for some of glues, pick up and put down if you really needed to. I'm not being precious with this at all, but I think you just need to decide what works for you. So I am laying all of these three photos out, kind of exactly how she had hers, so the same papers are showing. I have a little bit more paper on the bottom than she did, and in hindsight, I wish I had cut those a little bit shorter, but that's okay. So what you're going to see is I put down that circle, and I know I have to cut this one shorter. So I channeled my inner Chamel, and I cut that one shorter so that I could, with scissors, and then I'm going to ink that edge up, and then I'm going to put down that circle piece.
I absolutely love these little ideology pieces, these frames, but I never know how to use them because they are so small. But seeing this layout and thinking about them as a home for an embellishment and then a home for journaling, that's the perfect way to use these. So if you got these like me and you're struggling to use them, I think what I'm learning here from Melissa is you can use them for journaling locations or embellishment locations. What a great way to use these ideology frames, because I was struggling to find small enough photos to put underneath them, and this is perfect. So they fit great on this layout, and I didn't have to put any photo behind them. Now I'm going to find some embellishments to put on the rest of the page, and one of the things is Crafty Garden had a whole bunch of chipboard, but in this chipboard collection was a set of them that are just black and white. And every other layout I have made with Crafty Garden, I have pulled these black and white ones out and put them back, saying they do not belong on this page. And this is the page. This is the page that those black and white chipboard pieces really do belong and they work. So I am putting those on this page, on this layout, in a vertical line on the right side of my photos, just like she had. I do have a few butterflies just as a kind of a wink to the fact that she used all butterflies, but I also have a couple of those floral pieces. And then after that, I'm going to go into the cottagecore rub-ons and find a few that work. One of them says, we didn't know we were making memories. We thought we were just having fun. I love that. And then one of them talks about this is our story. And because this is a Gothic literature and wine pairing, I thought having the word story is fun. And then a couple other pieces are just pieces that are just to add some color to that white background. She has some distressing on her white background, so I wanted to add the rub-ons to be a part of the distressing. After I put the rub-ons on, I'm basically done, but I'm going to go through the other kind of embellishment packs that I have. And her title is more than just a one-line title, so I did kind of want to add a little something. So I'm looking through the different things I have that are words, and I find this script word memories. And that's what I'm going to put down. So Gothic Wine Memories, it is mimicking the fact that she had multi fonts and multi kinds. And then on the floor, it actually fell out, is this little piece of fencing that was part of cottagecore. And I used that to anchor the word memories. So that is my basic layout. I'm going to add a date and a little bit of journaling, but thank you so much for hanging with me. I really enjoyed making this page. It kind of took me back to some of the original sketches that I like to do. And I love using this 49 and Market collection. I will see you next week when we do another scrap lift. Until then, have a wonderful scrappy week. Thanks, everyone.